Hey guys, Dusty here. Today I'm giving my full review on the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite. And like always, I'll go over the basic specs on the shoe, how I've been using it, and finally who I think it's best for. So the Nitro Elite has an 8mm heel to toe drop with a stack height of 36 in the rear, 28 in the forefoot. My men's size 8.5 weighs in at 6.8 ounces or 191 grams. And as far as super shoes go, at least ones that are rated up to the marathon distance, that is crazy light. It's actually coming in just a few grams heavier than the Nike Vaporfly. So as far as weight goes, job well done, Puma. The upper on the shoe is a very minimal, transparent mono mesh. To the touch, it feels quite plasticky, but that's one of the big things that's helping to keep all that weight down. And overall, I really love this upper. I find it durable, it breathes just fine. As far as the heel goes, there's no structure to it, it's totally flexible. And one negative about the heel is that I wish they had put a pull tab back here. I struggle every single time putting these shoes on, and I know it's a little thing, but I really wish they had added a pull tab on just to make these shoes a lot easier to put on. Very thin tongue, it is gusseted on the medial side, no issues with the tongue or laces. Overall, really solid upper. One funny thing about the upper though is that because it's transparent, depending on the color of socks that you wear, it gives the shoe a very different look. Then we move along to the midsole. Puma is using a Puma based midsole, so similar material to what's in the Zoom X foam in the Nike Vaporfly. And the Deviate Nitro Elite has a really nice ride, soft, bouncy, stable as well. And of course, inside this midsole is a carbon plate, and yes, it makes the shoe very stiff, adds a little bit of stability to it. But I don't find this shoe to be near as poppy or as propulsive as other super shoes out there like the Nike Vaporfly, but we'll get to that a little bit later in the video. The ride of this shoe compared to a lot of the other carbon plated shoes out there feels a lot more like the traditional racing flats of back in the day, just with more stack height, more cushion. You're getting a lot more ground feel in this shoe. Now we move along to the outsole. You're getting a ton of rubber coverage, and this outsole is awesome. It's very durable. So my pair, I have almost 100 miles on them, and yes, the outsole is dirty, but I see very, very minimal wear. The shoe still feels basically exactly how it did when I first got them, and the outsole is absolutely holding up. So you're getting a lot of rubber on that outsole, and it is very grippy on wet pavement as well. And overall, I'd say this is probably the best outsole out of all the carbon plated shoes out there. So with the specs out of the way, let's talk about how I've been using it. So I've been using the Nitro Elite pretty extensively over the past couple of months. I've been using it for a lot of key quality sessions in a marathon build. And then actually exactly 3 weeks before my marathon, I developed an ankle issue, and I wasn't going to wear the Pumas on race day. I was actually going to use the Vaporfly, but the ankle issue turned out to be pretty serious, and I needed a shoe that had a lot more support than the Nike. So I opted for the Pumas. I thought in my mind it was the next best choice. As far as a super shoe goes, this one has quite a bit of support to it. Mind you, this isn't classified as a stability shoe, but at least compared to the Nike Vaporfly, way more support in the Pumas. So unfortunately on race day, my ankle issue flared up. I still came through the finish line in 2:40. I was a little over 10 minutes off where I had hoped to be, but because I wore the Pumas and not the Nikes, at least I was able to make it to the finish line. So even though my race day experience in this shoe wasn't the greatest because I was basically injured through the whole race, my training experience in this shoe was awesome. The Nitro Elite is certainly one of the comfiest shoes, the comfiest fast shoes that I own. Handled a wide range of paces nicely. I had no issues warming up in this shoe and then going into tempo and then doing some faster intervals in it. Whereas if you compare that to like the Nike Vaporfly, not the nicest shoe when you're running slower or warming up or cooling down. Not that the Puma is made for an easy day shoe, but it did handle easier paces a lot better than some of those other carbon plated shoes. And going forward, I probably won't race with the Puma. I'll probably continue to use the Nike Vaporfly, but as a training partner to the Vaporfly, I'm definitely going to roll with the Puma quite a bit. I feel like for myself at least, just the lack of propulsiveness in the shoe, at least when you compare it to the Nike Vaporfly, I feel like I'm just leaving a little bit of time on the table choosing this over the Nike. But I will say the Puma does have a lot of benefits over that shoe, and overall is still just an unbelievable shoe. Oh, and I haven't mentioned it yet, but the price of the Deviate Nitro Elite is $260 Canadian or 200 US, and that's also a huge pro for the Puma. Yes, that isn't an inexpensive shoe, but when you compare it to the other shoes out there, like the Nike Vaporfly or the Alpha Fly or the Metaspeed Sky or the On Running Cloudboom Echo, the Puma comes in way less than those other shoes. So finally, who do I think that this shoe is best for? I think if you're someone like me in my last marathon, and you need a little bit more support, that might not be something you're going to find in some of the other super shoes out there. But if you still wanted an ultra lightweight carbon plated shoe for race day, here you go. This is going to be one of your better options out there. Second of all, price and durability. This is one of the more durable carbon plated shoes out there, and it's also coming in a lot less expensive. So your dollar per mile is going to get you a lot more out of this shoe than probably any of the other super shoes out there. And if you're going through a training cycle, you're getting ready for a marathon, this shoe could very well get you through a lot of your key quality sessions, including race day. And some of those other super shoes out there, they just might not last as long. They might not get you through a whole training build and a race. And then lastly, yes, I know Puma designed this for a race day shoe, but if you're like me and you're going to be using something else on race day, like an Alpha Fly or a Vaporfly, but you maybe don't want to use that shoe for all of your quality training sessions, this could be right up your alley as well. That's how I'll be using this shoe going forward. And yeah, I'm really pumped to have this shoe in my rotation. So there you have it, my full review on the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite. I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe for more everything running. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.